What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you're on a fantastic day today. And today we have the NG models November 2024 releases for you all. I hope all of you are excited for today's video, as today we take a look at what NG models has for the final push here in 2024. Really critical month for them here. I really would like to see them build off of what they did last month, or rather in September, the last release, which I honestly think was really big. Obviously, they took October off, so this is a really critical month, really vital, and I'm really eager to see what NG models comes up with. They're not on the website, so we'll just go image by image. I think we can identify about any of them at this point, so this should work out well. So let's just go ahead and get started. So our first aircraft here is a Air China Star Alliance Airbus A330-200. The registration is Bravo 6075. Nice looking aircraft right here. I think this is nice for those collectors, and overall I think it'll prove quite powerful. So looking nice for them here, and overall looking really good. And our next aircraft is going to be the Star Alliance A330 for Air China once again, and this is 6076. So similar progression to last time. I think it's a little unnecessary, but I'm not going to beat a dead horse on it at this point. We're here to assess hopefully some really good positives ahead. This is going to be another Panda route, Singapore Airlines Airbus A350, which once again, I'm not sure if there's any discrepancies with this one or why. This is an ultimate collection one, so I guess that is some difference, but seems pretty similar to the previous ones, but I do think it is slightly different. So same concept though, it is what it is. So kind of, tough to assess it since I don't have, I'm not sure if they did this one or not yet, but regardless, they've done several. So we know the drill on that, but hopefully there are some collectors that are interested in that particular one. And we have another one, so let me see if I can find some differences here. So I believe that this is a slightly different iteration of it, so this makes a little bit more sense compared to the Star Alliances, so I will give that a positive, so that's huge. And overall, it is a nice looking livery, so I definitely won't take that away from it, but there are some substantial differences on there, so that's nice. So you can definitely see a little bit here in the front. That's mainly the big part right there. So nice to see some differences, and at least we can identify what's going on between the two. So let's see what's up next. And we have a third one, which I'm not sure what the difference on this one is, which I'm not seeing it, but I'm looking for it as we speak. So if somebody points it out, feel free to let me know, but not really seeing a huge difference between these two. So anyway, though, pretty interesting regardless of the case. Registration looks the same as well. One might be ultimate and one might not be. Yeah, that's the difference. Okay, so just like flaps up, flaps down, or interactive, so we can definitely start moving forward with that. So that makes a little bit more sense. Okay, we got a Cathay Pacific Airbus A350-900, looking very nice. Bravo Lima Romeo Mike. And actually, I just now thought of this. I know this is a little late, but is one of these ultimate? That would make much more sense if that's what we're doing here. No, okay, so I don't know what exactly is going on between these two. They look almost identical, so regardless of the case, it just came to my mind and I didn't want to let that thought slip. But let's go on to the Cathay 350. Very nice release right here. I don't think they've done one, could be wrong, but regardless, it's great to continue to see more really cool aircraft coming out, and this is a really good one right here. So I think there are many positives to take away from this particular release, and overall looking very nice. So certainly very happy to see that right there. That's great. China Eastern Boeing 737. This is an 800, and it's like the similar liveries we've seen previously, so not exactly sure what the main differences are for this one, but still looks pretty nice, and no doubt another nice aircraft to add. So it is kind of cool to get all these non-US aircraft knocked out first, and hopefully we'll see some good US ones later on. So it is kind of nice to do it this way. So we'll have to just continue to see what's next. So this one is a similar aircraft, and I think the registration is just slightly different. I don't see any major discrepancies in the livery, so I'm assuming that it's pretty much the same. So it still looks nice though, and hopefully will prove powerful for any of the collectors interested in that aircraft. Okay, here's a really unique one. This is an ARC Air Road Cargo 737-800 freighter. Very nice to see, and I think this is somewhere in China. It looks like a Bravo prefix, but my sun's so bright I can't even see. It's like Bravo 5159. I can't really see it, but anyway, very nice looking aircraft right here. Certainly another very nice release, and I think this will be a really good one. I really like the gray on it, so a nice unique release right here, and this definitely will add some variety to the puzzle. So definitely happy to see that one right there. Okay, a Royal Australian Air Force 737 MAX 8. So they were very prompt to do this as well. Gemini just did it in their November 2024 releases. So this must be brand new to the Royal Australian Air Force, but very good on the timing here. And this one is Alpha 62001, it looks like. So very happy to see that release. I think that one will prove very powerful. So overall, very happy to see that, and definitely a really cool aircraft. So great to see them getting their take on it for the variety. And we have another one, and this is 002. Same concept as before. Won't beat the dead horse, but all we can say is that do we really need two of them? So that's where we're at with that, but what can I do at this point? Yes, United Boeing 737. This looks like a Max 8 to me. I'm not sure exactly what we're doing with this one, and I hate to look at the listing, so I'll come back to it, but it looks like a Max 8. So anyway, though, great to get another one, though, and I'm not sure why, but we'll have some clarity later on once we know all the releases. However, it's always great to continue to get, these U.S. mainline aircraft. So obviously, it's a duplicate as of right now, and we'll get to some more thoughts once I have more clarity to this situation. But, it is cool to see it. I thought it was a Max 9 initially because obviously we saw that, in the one that you went to the previous set. So we'll see if we can get a Max 9 soon. Hopefully so. Here's a two-way Boeing 737 MAX 8 hybrid, and this is going to be Delta Alpha Whiskey Alpha Kilo, it looks like. Nice looking aircraft here, very unique and hasn't been done yet, so certainly very happy to see that, and I think that one will look very nice in any collection as we move into the future, so that's definitely a nice one there. Yes, Max 9 for United. That's the one right there, ladies and gentlemen. Very happy to see that. This November 27520. Very, very pleased to see this. So this will be a great accompaniment to the Gemini Jets release that I have. So very excited to get this one in the Max 8, which I still haven't ordered yet. So Black Friday, super excited. But yeah, this is going to be great. I'm really excited for this. Not sure why we got another Max 8, but hey, you know what? At this point, the Max 9, we just got to see some progress. And planes like this, the TUI, the air bridge cargo, or what AR cargo, air road cargo, that's it. So just these unique planes, I really want to continue to see more of these. So hopefully we will as we continue through this release. But this is definitely a huge positive for all U.S. collectors, even though this would have been great about 2 years ago, but it's all right. We did end up getting it. So they saw Gemini and they reacted. So there we go. And we got another one, same concept. I'm not going to have bias because it's a US release. I don't know why we got another one. I don't think it's necessary. If you can identify any differences, please let me know. It might be like a mismatch wingle on the other side, but I'm not going to play favorites towards NG on this particular case. Just because it's a US release does not exclude from the fact that we don't need two of them. So yeah, believe it or not, I'm not going to be biased towards it. Absolutely not. It's a great release. We've really needed it, and it's great to have quantity. Excluding that, there's not much, great to take away from this, as the production run could have been elsewhere. But it is more cost effective to do them now instead of re-releases in the future. So what can I say? But that's kind of an interesting deal there. So no bias though, that's for sure. Okay, a Cotter Boeing 777-300ER. This is Alpha 7 Bravo Echo Lima, it looks like. And this looks like maybe an F1 special livery of sorts, which is cool. Yeah, it has F1 tail. What am I thinking? So yeah, cool to see what F1's been doing, and definitely proven powerful for all the airline partners. Cotter no exception to this rule. So nice release right here, and it looks pretty cool. So nice to see that right there, to say the least. Air France Boeing 777-300ER. This is going to be Foxtrot Golf Zulu November Papa, which I don't think they've done one yet. So that's awesome. This is going to be the 4 Paris liveries. So that's great. Maybe the Olympics. I'm not sure what exactly this was. But anyway, regardless of the case, looks like a 4 on there. It could be a 2-1, whatever it is. It looks pretty cool. And I'll read all the item descriptions later, so we'll get some more clarity on some of these. So yeah, but just trying to keep it as genuine as possible in this moment. And here's another one. I don't know what we're doing with 2 of these. They look pretty much identical to me. I'm not seeing any major differences, just looking at both sides, and I'm really not. So not exactly sure what's going on with these 2, but yeah, we do have a second one for good measure. Perhaps one is an ultimate collection. That's all I could think of, and I'm not seeing that. So yeah, not exactly sure, but regardless, we do have it there. So that's what we have for that particular release. Okay, here's another Air France 777-300ER. At least we're getting them all done here. That's a positive of doing all of them at once. This is going to be Gulf Sierra Oscar India, and this one has some sort of France emblem on it of sorts. So that's cool, and it continues to work on that back sector, so that's pretty cool. And we do have a standard livery that's huge, Foxtrot Golf Zulu November Alpha, which once again, I don't believe they've done it, so that's great, and really happy to see the standard Air France getting done for all of our fellow collectors there. So that is that first set. So let's go ahead and progress on to the next post, as there was like 4 different posts, I believe. Okay, so we pretty much exactly move into another Air France Boeing 777, which I don't know if this is a duplicate picture or not. Again, I'll read off some item descriptions in a moment. I don't really want to swipe that way, so can I like zoom? Yeah, can I like pinch to get over? I'm trying my best here. Let me see. There we go. Okay, so there it is, Air France 777-300. I don't know why we got 2 once again. No bias there. Just running out of patience for the logic a little bit, and I'm sure many of you are as well, but you know what? It is what it is at this point. But like I said, it is cost effective, and it certainly saved money for them to do more quantity of it. But again, I think there's better ways to go about it than just duplicate releases. Cotter Boeing 787-9, it looks like, beat the World Cup 2022, which they did -8 previously, and I thought they did -9 as well, but apparently not. So this is Alpha 7 Bravo Hotel Charlie. So nice to see this one getting done here to complete the set. And we do have a standard, which I believe we've got several times, but it is popular, so it is what it is. I'm not a huge fan, but I'll give them a little bit of a break since it's popular. I can't see the registration, so apologies. I really need to see some good progression, so let's see what we can get next. Hawaiian 789, that's big time. Was not expecting that. It looks like it's 780 Hotel Alpha. Yeah, very nice to see that. Now I'm trying to remember, did NG did this one a while ago, didn't they? I'm trying to remember because I think they did do this one, but it is popular. Plus we have the new registrations, so yeah, kind of some logic, kind of not, but I'm pretty sure they did do this one. I'm just trying to remember. Maybe it was, you know, summer of 23. Regardless of the case, though, it's a little bit more tolerable, but again, you know, it's just kind of same song, second verse. I would like to be a little bit more impressed, so hopefully the rest of the release will trend that way. Here again, the 787-9 with the Disney Wish livery on it. So this is Charlie Foxtrot Victor Lima X-ray, it looks like. Yeah, definitely nice to see them continuing to evolve on the special liveries. You know, it's kind of the same. It's a little bit redundant since they've done like 4 or 5 different special air Canadas, but at least it is different. So I will give them credit on that part of it. ANA 787-10, I think this one also has been done in the past, could be wrong. Anyway, it's Juliet Alpha. I can't see 981. I can't see it all. It's so pixelated. But anyway, yeah, I can't remember if this one's been done or not. I really feel like it has been, but if it hasn't, fantastic. But you know, it's very similar to the Cotter 789. I think we're okay, but you know what? I can give a little bit of a pass. At least not just a dead off duplicate like we've had in, all already in this release. And I say that to do that. I'm not very impressed, everybody. I mean, I'm certainly not here to be negative about all this, but I'm kind of getting wore out with the duplicates. I really am. And, you know, I hate for this to even, you know, be, you know, acknowledgement of what, you know, we've talked about here. And I've tried to be really patient with NG regarding, you know, improvement, but there's only so much you can give, right? And, you know, we can say all we want about Gemini jets and what they've done in the past, but what they're doing right now is certainly more impressive than this. So, yeah, I'm kind of running out of patience. If the, you know, quantity of good releases continues to be good, it will excuse some of the duplicates, but I mean, just why even have them? Just do it all as one plane at this point. So we'll see how the release continues, but I will say I'm starting to really have some emotion build up regarding the logic here. It's really starting to get old. It really is. Okay, we do have a 2 blob, first one in a while, so that is a huge positive. I'm not sure what the registration is, but regardless, or sorry, Papa 552. I'm not sure what the company is, but regardless, looking nice there, so that's definitely a good one to see right there, and that's definitely nice. And there's another one for good measure. It's 551. It's the same as the ANA. It's starting to really get redundant. I'm just going to have to continue before I get even too far off on the negative track for it. It's frustrating, right? Okay, we do have some blanks. Once again, it's the same story as before. I'm not very impressed. I think we've had a 744, but it's great for customs, so, and it's, you know, cost effective and not quite as frustrating since hopefully there wouldn't be a duplicate. We do get the City of Everett 747 again, so that's huge. So this will probably be a full release this time, so definitely one that we've needed. I'm assuming not an ultimate collection. This is a light again. We've already had a light. I don't know what we're doing here, so let's see if we got a normal one. We did not. We did get an Asiatic Airlines 747. That's big. Finally, a pretty solid release. Hotel Lima 7428. So definitely better there. That is a light as well. So kind of an interesting one for sure. But we're progressing in the right direction. So that's big time. And then we also have the Asiatic Cargo 747. Really happy about that one. That's a light as well. So great to see it. Hotel Lima 7421. So very happy to see that, and that's another really good one. So liking the concept here. Hopefully the execution will follow the concept. And here's a mismatched nose cone. Kind of over it, to be completely honest. Not to be negative, just really tell my opinion about it. I'm kind of over, you know, these small discrepancies, just not worth it. What are we doing? I'm starting to kind of lose it, everyone. I really am. I love NG. I love their hard product. I've gave them every chance I can, but it's been a year of just continuous nonsense. I just have to give you my honest opinion. I'm starting to really. I was hoping I was going to get to make a little bit more of a, you know, positive momentum video today, and there's still hope with the wishes and other, you know, services they provide. But this particular release, I'm not thoroughly impressed so far. This is nice. We got Juno Air 787-9 with some anime on it, so that's cool. Or that might be some sort of rather series of sorts. Not exactly sure. It's another light, so they're definitely expanding that footprint this month. So I think there is some positive to be had out of that, and it makes it more affordable. So that's kind of cool to see for different. We have the light version of the Air Canon, the Wish as well, so we can live with that. I can definitely see that a little bit more. We do have the Qantas 77-9, and this is the light for the, I think it's the Dreaming livery, which is fantastic. So I believe, I don't know if this is the first implemented Wish or not. If they already got it announced, that's impressive. I would be shocked if it didn't get delayed. Regardless though, definitely what we want to see more of. I think that's huge. So yeah, definitely really nice to see that. That's really nice to see. This release is going to be massive. So it's going to be a big video, everyone. Lufthansa 747-8 Retro, which it should be a light. Yep, okay. Can live with it. It's popular, you know, giving more options. I just think, you know, it's got to be done selectively, right? You got to have, you know, pick like 3 or 4. I think, you know, 10 at this point. Just make it its own release if it's going to be this excessive. Same song, second verse. I can't continue to stress it enough, but it does provide more options and it's nice. Just, I think the way they're going about doing it is excessive. Let me go ahead and plug in my laptop. I don't have my charger out, so sorry if it lags out a little bit. So I don't know what we're doing at this point with that, so let's continue. I'm really losing it. I'm really starting to lose it, to be completely honest. I hate to say it that way, but I mean, this is getting old. What's the deal? Am I just reading them wrong? But is there literally 4 Air India A350s that are identical, light? Well, why? Is this a glitch? I'm gonna have to read the product descriptions. That's just unbelievable. Okay, let's continue. Let's hope for better than that in the next one. We do have some 1-200s as well, including the Southwest 737-700, and this has the Heart livery, so looking nice. That's definitely huge, and definitely the product will be great. So really excited about that. Might have to get it, to be honest. That actually is good. That actually is really good. Just tough to recognize that in this moment. And the blended, so again, awesome. Hopefully the color looks better than what it did in the 1-400. We'll see how those come out. KLM 737-700. I don't even know if Gemini did that on 1-200 or not. So there's some positive to be had there. And the mold's going to be amazing. SkyTeam Delta 737-800. That's a really big one. So definitely happy to see that. Where's the logic for this on 1-400? This 1-200 set's been amazing so far. Hopefully this continues. That's really nice. And the blended as well, a little much, but okay. I mean, you know, it is what it is. Virgin Australia 737-800, very nice, not bad. Pretty happy to see that. And a blended, just, you know, what it is, it's NG. And a blank 739 for good measure. And a KLM 739, it's kind of cool, so very happy to see that right there. It's pretty nice. And the 100 sticker for good measure. I'm really not trying to express frustration, by the way, everybody. I'm very appreciative of NG, what they do, how great the hard product is. I just can't help but recognize, you know, how much potential NG has and what they exhibited when they first became a company, you know, compared to what we're seeing at this point. We got a CMAC 919 here in 1-200. It's a blank, so not bad as well. And that's it for that round. So let's go ahead and see if we have another post. And here's a 1-100. I didn't know they had 1-100, but it's a China Southern CMAC 919 as well. And that is the NG Models November 2024 releases. This is mediocre at best. Here's the entire product lineup. So let's see if we can get some additional clarity. So yeah, I don't know what the difference is between these two. Just a slight difference, or sorry for these. Let's see here. This is a non-ultimate route. That makes a little bit more sense at least. Cathay's really good. You do have the different liveries here. So there is some slight differences between these two. So I'll give some credit for that. So I'm not exactly sure what it was, but just some slight differences for those. Air Cargo was really good. Again, just unnecessary. United Max 8, so it is another Max 8. Don't understand, since we just had one of those last time. TUI's good. The United Max 9's great. This is excessive though. Tail number, I don't think it's necessary. You know, we do have to take the positives from what it is. I just can't help but recognize, you know, the reality of the situation. So you got to balance the relationship between reality and obviously what good comes out of this. As of for this, the Air France 777, I don't know why we got 2 of the sticker. And once again, you know, these two are a little bit better, but then the Air France normal, we got another one. So these are standard and ultimate sets. Let's see. Qatar, I thought we already got that one. Might be wrong though. Definitely got a standard. The Hawaiian, this is a little bit more understandable. Air Canada, not bad. ANAs, I think we've got those. And then these Tuplovs, I don't believe we have. So that's great. So we have some variety there. And as of for these, not bad. The Air India, this is unbelievably ridiculous, and there's no excusing that. That's incredibly terrible. Just to be completely honest, this is just a complete waste of production line unless you're only doing like 5 each. sarcastic statement there, but I mean, just don't need 5 of them. Unbelievably ridiculous. Lufthansa, great. That's really good. And yes, this is the wished and voted by collectors. First one, Quanta 789, so that's cool. So hopefully we'll see a normal release of that in the future. And then here for the 1-200s, yeah, all what we expected previously. So yeah, not bad. So definitely pretty interesting. Just looking through some comments here to see any, additional deals. JJ's comment here is very accurate. I completely agree with what he said. Great to see some really good reception though. That's great that, and there is really good positive to be taken away from, the amount of money I'm saved over these months, no getting new releases, man, that's good. But I mean, there is some positive, there's still planes that people want, Air Canada's getting eyes, and, Hawaiian, the ANA, and the ANA may have different engines too. So again, I'm not an expert on all this, so it's tough to give a really objective statement. The United, I don't know what the deal is with the United Max 8, but let's see. Was there not a United Max 8 released even 2 months ago? Seems kind of repetitive. What are these Air Frances? Any of the brands got the Turkish A321 Neo, which is a great point. There's so many planes like that. So thank you, Istanbul 400. Let me give you a follow here. They're very objective, 5 releases and 5 Air France had so much potential being the new livery, but the United Max 9, what Carlos said, these comments are accurate. This is what, not 1, but not 2, but not 3, but not 4, but 5 Air France 777-300ER. Sometimes you still manage to mess up. Yeah, I think that this release kind of tells the story. I'm still going to buy NG models. Obviously, I love their hard product, and I like the objective, of providing a best quality release. And I want to go back. I want to see if there's comments about that Air India deal, because there's got to be more on that, right? Or could it just be a glitch? I don't know. But anyway, okay, that's the NG models November 2024 releases. So objectively speaking, that is my last straw regarding, the thought that hopefully it could improve in the future. I'm just, I can't continue at this current moment to have much hope that, we're going to see NG's logic improve and get back to what it was 2020, 2021, when they were just pumping out planes that everybody wanted. And not to mention, and there's planes that people want here. Don't get me wrong. The hard product's fantastic. And we saw comments regarding the Southwest and Delta 1-200s, not to mention the United Max 9, which I'll be getting that. And I'm very excited about that. And, there's a couple of others in there that are really cool as well. But once again, objectively speaking, right, the duplicates are they're getting old and they're redundant. There are some engine type differences and some stickers here and there, but the Air France and Air India deal, I think, really tells the story. We do not need 5 registrations of the light, production wise. I know it's more affordable for them. I completely understand the logic on that, but at some point there's got to be a balance between that and pleasing the collector. And it's just tough to continue to have much hope on, seeing that progress. So this will be the final release reaction where I, establish that concept as much as I have. I just wanted to say today that I, going forward, if you don't see much, reception regarding the duplicates or, much frustration from my vantage point, that's just because I have to lower my expectations, because I know that that's what's going to happen, right? So with that last release, right, there was at least some hope that we were going to move forward towards, a little bit more balance. We got the American, got the United, got the Southwest, the balance was starting to get there a little bit. And then obviously this release, we don't exhibit much of that. There's great variety, don't get me wrong, and the quantity of release is fantastic, and the hard product will always be good. And again, there are positives here for sure. I'm getting the United Max 9. I might get a 1-200 Southwest Heart livery. I've always wanted to do that. So NG's certainly continuing to influence the community and make a difference for model aircraft collectors around the world. No doubt about that. But I definitely do want to acknowledge going forward, and I might make a separate video talking about, the redundancies, the duplicates, all the factors that I've talked about over the last year with NG. But as of for, the objective release reactions, I have decided that I'm going to lower my expectations, and officially moving forward, will be expecting these duplicates and these stickers and these different engine types. There's a time and a place to do it. Gemini Jets has it down. They've chose, exciting planes that make sense to have flaps down. They've chose planes that you need interactive series. NG just does it for every plane, and some of this just, there's only so much of it you can do before people get frustrated, and I think that there's just too much of the duplicacy, and, just 5 Air France 333s, 5, Atlas 74s, 5 UPS, whatever it is, there's just got to be some balance. And I'm not, going to stop buying NG, like I said, or I'm not going to, sit here and continue the rant about it. I just wanted to objectively get it out for the future. If you watch them and wondering, why are you not making a bigger deal about these duplicates? I've officially decided to lower my standards, I will expect duplicates going forward, but I certainly will take the positives away from every release. And in this release, what we can take away is there's a really good lineup of aircraft that have never came out before. I definitely would like to get an Air China, A330 Starline sometime. I would love to expand my Starlines fleet. There's good to be had with the Cathay A350. That's really good. The Royal Australian Air Force, even with the duplicate. And even the 9 MAX 9, like I said, even though there's 2 of them, obviously super popular release, it's a little bit more understandable, right? But then you run into these Air Frances, right? So there is positives. There are, and there will continue to be positives. I'm not going to stop doing NG release reactions, and the light concept's good. The light concept's good. I just don't know if we need 10 of them in one release. So, and I hope that they continue to execute a little bit better on the wishes. My webcam, I need to get a new one. So hopefully that will be a Black Friday acquisition of mine. But yeah, I've lowered my standards. You will definitely not see as much of that going forward, unless if it's just necessary, unless if it's just the entire release. But moving forward, I would not expect, regarding the redundancies of talking about it, I just want to give one final release reaction where I acknowledged it all, and we'll definitely take positives away moving forward. But that doesn't mean that I won't make a video regarding the concept of the duplicates and all that, because NG's definitely going to get a video, and this release is the defining moment for that, as I hope their 2025 starts to move in the right direction. It has potential to. How confident can I be in that, though? Not very confident at this moment. But regardless, I'm going to take away every positive I can, and that's going to be buying the 9 MAX 9 along with hopefully, like a 1-200 Southwest or one of those. So regardless, I hope all of you enjoyed today's video. Just had to be really objective about what the reality of this situation is. There's a bunch going on here, and we'll continue to move forward and evaluate all these positives. But again, I just wanted to recognize it, and you can't not, regarding obviously what we have going with all the duplicates. But with that being said, there's still great planes here, and I'm excited to get them, and I hope all of you are as well. It was a little bit of a rant today, so apologies for that. I just really thought it was time to get into it, and if there's some listing mistakes, it happens, but I won't take away from the fact that NG continues to progress, and, we'll continue to be, moving forward as a company, and hopefully we'll continue to see good releases as we move into the future. With that being said, that'll do it for today's video, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. I want to thank each and one of you for watching. My name is Redriveraviation. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust the process. Do you love and love you do. My name is Redriveraviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as Redriveraviation is signing off.